Welcome to the Epoch News. I'm Angela Anderson. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is under arrest by British police. He is carried out of the Ecuadorian embassy on April 11 after his South American host revoked his asylum, paving the way for his extradition to the United States. The United States alleged Assange engaged in a 2010 conspiracy with former US Army intelligence analyst Bradley Manning, who is now known as Chelsea Manning, who served 7 years in military prison for leaking classified data, and charged him with conspiracy to commit computer intrusion with a maximum penalty of 5 years. Assange was caught on camera as he was carried headfirst out of the embassy shortly after 10 a.m. by 7 men to a waiting police van. In a video posted on social media, he's heard shouting, "UK must resist, UK resist these attempts by the Trump administration." Compared to pictures from 2 years ago, Assange looks noticeably older, with a full white beard. He flashed a wink and a thumbs up, as well as the victory sign through the van's window. He spent 7 years in the few rooms provided to him at the embassy.
The whole House will welcome the news this morning that the Metropolitan Police have arrested Julian Assange. Arrested for breach of bail after nearly 7 years in the Ecuadorian embassy.
Prime Minister Theresa May told Parliament to cheers and cries of "hear, hear" from lawmakers. Police said they arrested the 47-year-old after being invited into the embassy following the Ecuadorian government's withdrawal of asylum. Once brought to the police station, he was re-arrested on an extradition request from the United States. He later appeared in the Westminster Magistrates Court. The UK warrant stems from Assange skipping bail in a case where a Swedish woman accuses him of sexual assault. Swedish authorities dropped the charge in 2017, but the breach of bail warrant in the UK remains. In the United States, Assange was indicted in March 2018 for conspiring with Manning to breach the Army's computer system in 2010. Manning provided Assange with nearly 750,000 classified or sensitive military and diplomatic documents, which Assange then published on WikiLeaks, the online disclosure platform he founded in 2006. The indictment released on April 11 alleges that Assange encouraged Manning to steal more documents, saying that curious eyes never run dry. He also allegedly agreed to help Manning crack a password that would have allowed Manning to access the Army computer system under a different username, which would have made it more difficult for investigators to identify Manning as the source of disclosures of classified information. The indictment doesn't disclose if Assange was successful in cracking the password. Manning was arrested in March and remains in custody for refusing to testify to a grand jury investigating WikiLeaks. Some journalists have come to Assange's defence, saying the charge is an affront to journalistic freedom. But the US government has long drawn a distinction between WikiLeaks and news media. It is time to call out WikiLeaks for what it really is, a non-state hostile intelligence service, often abetted by state actors like Russia. State Secretary Mike Pompeo said in April 2017 when he was director of the CIA. Assange and his ilk make common cause with dictators and do not care about the causes and people they claim to represent. Also saying if they did, they would focus instead on the autocratic regimes in this world that actually suppress free speech and dissent. Instead, they choose to exploit the legitimate secrets of democratic governments, which has so far proven to be a much safer approach than provoking a tyrant, he said. Assange stayed at Ecuador's London embassy in June 2012 to avoid extradition to Sweden for questioning in the sexual assault investigation. A friend of Assange's, Vagan Smith, who visited him at the embassy, said the stay was hard to bear because of the solitude combined with a lack of privacy. He said it was a miserable existence and I could see it was a strain on him, but a strain he managed rather well. He was very tough, but the last year in particular was very difficult. He was constantly being surveilled and spied upon. There was no privacy for him. And that's all for today's story, folks. We'd love to hear your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm Angela Anderson. Thanks for watching.